Welcome back. Hope you guys had a great break. Did another little costume change to get into the feeling of this. Whenever I am dealing with clients with my alcohol-free revolution and preaching to them all the time, it's about being vulnerable is probably one of the most difficult things to do, is just be completely open and honest about who you are, what thoughts are going in your mind, your past, everything like that. And that's where the healing is. So I am going to do that now. Practice what you preach. And there's some stories in here that I have never told. I've not written this out at all. I'm just going straight from my heart to get it out in the open and just be me, and that's all I can be. And that's all we can ever be. And so with my journey, this is going to be sex, drugs, and eyeliner. That's the journey that we're about to take. And so with my journey of sex started when I was in the womb, and the male fetus actually gets erections while in the womb. So this is the most, for me, sexual energy is the second most powerful energy and force on the planet. Number one is love, and then sex is second. So when we repress this sexual energy in any way, it comes out in all kinds of different horrible ways, acting out, cheating, things like that, to even the worst, pedophilia, with, what we've seen with priests and things like that. So when we suppress it or hide it, then bad things happen. So we get it out. And even with my mother, she's like, Dustin, I always knew you were a fighter. Whenever all my things really happened to me and I came back so strong, she goes, I always knew you were a fighter. When you were in the womb, you were kicking and punching all the time. I go, Mom, do you know that male fetuses get erections in the womb? She goes, yeah. And I go, I wasn't kicking and punching. So there you go. There you go, Mom. And then getting into puberty and masturbation. Growing up in the Bible Belt, sin was everywhere. You're a sinner. Masturbating, that's despicable. You're not a man, all this stuff. And it's just like, whoa, but this energy was so much. And just like my body was doing horror things, like zits and pimples and things coming out everywhere. So I was doing that, but there was guilt about it. So I would hide it. Didn't know how to, nobody would talk to me about it. A few kids at my school, would be like, and one time I remember a PE teacher, and he said, real men masturbate. I was like, whoa, okay. I don't know what that means, but at least it made me feel better about myself. So with that, I learned what's really healthy is if you're doing it anyway to numb things down, if you're watching pornography, stay away from pornography. The main things that I've learned is 3 things: is great communication for a relationship, number 1. Stay away from ethanol, alcohol. Number 2, this is mostly for men, but women as well. And then pornography. Those 3 things are incredibly dangerous and addictive and ruin relationships. So make sure that you're disciplined in those. But if you Google masturbation, and for men and women, even mentally and physically, there's so many health benefits to it. So there's nothing worse than a old man who's married, who has no more, testosterone left, low libido, saying masturbation is pathetic, and he's got a wife on tap and then low libido, and he's saying, if you masturbate, you're pathetic. Yeah, well, try the single route, being solo, number 1, single, and having tons of testosterone racing through your veins when you're like 16 years old. So be healthy about it, be mindful, but no guilt, no shame in that at all. And the health benefits, it literally, they're saying for men, it gets out carcinogens, release out of the prostate and things like that with that. So if you don't have a wife on tap or partner on tap, then by all means be healthy about it. So get into college, and I go to travel on spring break, and I have a menage a trois. Me and two other girls, they basically picked me up. I was at a club, and I was kind of like their kind of toy thing, and I loved it. I had a great time, and I was just like, oh my gosh, but I felt this weirdness about it. So I never really tell anybody about it, and I was hiding that then. And then I got into being a model in Italy, in Milan, and the whole European thing. And I'm standing in line with these gorgeous 6-foot women who I'm doing lingerie modeling. And they are, this one, I just remember she's from Iceland, and she was dark black hair with these crystal blue eyes, 6 feet tall, and I, doing this lingerie modeling with her and everything. And after, she's like, hey, we have these kinky parties that we do, and we'd love to have you join us. And I'm like, there's these 3 of them standing there, and I'm like, well, I mean, look, I could go home and eat noodles by myself, maybe my protein can. That's all I was doing back then, is protein, and then pasta for Italy. Or I could go with these 3 beautiful women to this kinky party and see what this is all about. So I go, and yeah, it was an incredible evening, and I just remember being like, if this is wrong, I never want to be right. And it was heartfelt. Everybody was safe. Everybody was clean. Paperwork, everything like that had been done. Condoms, the whole bit. Everything was lovely, right? And so I go back from modeling to the U.S. and having that Midwest Bible Belt stuff in me. I hid it. I didn't tell anybody about it. And even whenever I met my significant others, I would not say anything. And I didn't even do it with my wife. And so I hid that part of it. And it really bled out later in the relationship, because it was always kind of in the back of my mind of like, hey, I'd really like to do that. Maybe if I just told her, I don't know. So finally, pretty much towards the end of our relationship, which I didn't know was at the end then, I started telling her these feelings, and she, and I had already acted out. So this is the point of this. It had already come out in bad ways. I was massage parlors and strip clubs, and she caught me. And so then I tell her, right? That's how this is what I'm trying to get out of here, is like to be honest before, be vulnerable to people before, and let these feelings out and let your honesty out before you act out. So I acted out, and she was, of course, devastated. So I told her, here's my story, here's what happened. She's like, oh my gosh, I wish you would have told me this. I even was thinking about having a birthday thing, because I kind of felt like that was going on, where I set it up for us, and we do it with a safe person, safe place. And if the whole point of this is, if anybody ever feels unsafe in any way, then you just say that at the time, and that's it. I don't feel safe, and everybody is done. We go, we leave. So she was actually, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm so like, see, this is the point of being open and honest. People are very receptive. Whenever you are really honest, it's going on in everybody. And so she tells me this, I was going to have this for you and everything, and do this. But now, of course, we're done. The relationship's done. I mean, she was checked out, which she should have been. And after that, I do 2 years of celibacy. I go no intimacy, no kissing, no touching, no nothing. To just go inside, to be me. I mean, to find out what is this going on. And I'm too aggressive. I'm too toxic, masculine. I hate the word toxicity, so I don't use that. But I'm out of balance, and I'm aggressive, and I'm angry, and so I just go within, and I get into all my feelings and all these things. 2 full years of that. I come out of it, and I go to Ibiza, Spain, and my doctors are already. So this is we're doing the drug part too in here. They prescribed me psilocybin, which is mushrooms, and MDMA, which is ecstasy. And so I think Elon Musk kind of was doing the same thing, or is, but he's also, I think, heard ketamine is part of it. So I was doing that because of post-traumatic stress, and I was microdosing with it very rarely. And matter of fact, I didn't do it unless I was on a golf trip in Arizona with my guys. Did some there, and I did both at the same time. And I'm vegetarian, and I don't have anything else going on. I'm super I'm as pure as the driven snow as far as no alcohol, no drugs, not even anything, right? And so when I took it in Arizona, I remember just being out of my mind and whoa, this is way too much and heavy. So I didn't do it again until Ibiza, Spain, and I did it there just to kind of have fun as well and to get in the scene. And so I meet my first experience after 2 years of not having any intimacy. These two women are on the beach and they're beautiful. They're out in the ocean. I'm out there and I talk to them. I start talking to them, and they're from Argentina, but they tell me they're go-go dancers in Madrid. And I mean, they're Latina Spanish, just their accents are beautiful, everything like that. And so they tell me that they are, they're together, but every now and then they like to have men with them. And so we start hanging out for 3 days of amazing time, beautiful. So I do another menage a trois, as the French say, with them, but this is a 3-day deal. And I actually started having feelings for one of them. And they were like, no, we're together and all this stuff. But so I was like, oh my gosh, if that is wrong, I do not want to be right. And so I was like, okay, I have these things going on, and now I need to express these things in future relationships to be able to let women know up front that, hey, if it's super safe, the only time we would ever do anything like this, if it's absolutely both of us agree that it's clean, it's safe for us. And I'm all about keeping all of the sexual energy inside the unit, meaning no social media, flirting, nothing else like that at all. It is very important to have that one-on-one trust. And then the trust is built, though, when you're together and you're being safe about things instead of acting out. Everybody has these fantasies of oh, if I could do this and that. And the point is, tell your significant other, tell your partner, spouse, these fantasies, tell them what it is up front. Get it out. Be vulnerable. And then you can have really mature conversations about these things, and the guilt, the quote unquote sin feelings come out, and then you're like, oh my gosh, this heavy thing that I've been carrying around, feeling like I'm so wrong and bad, is actually, they're thinking about it too. It's wait, okay. And I know a lot of guys, guys out there going to go, oh, boo-hoo, Dustin, you're modeling in Italy and getting these women and this and that. And I'm like, that's not the point. The point is, to everything, there's another side, right? The shadow, as Carl Jung talks about it. So I had this shadow going on, and to get in there and get it out, 90% of that shadow is pure gold. So that's what I'm doing now. And yeah, so that's where I'm at. But it's so important for me to have that pure trust and that pure bond between another woman in a relationship. So the next relationship that I went into was a woman from Romania, gorgeous, professional tennis, and 6'1", and amazing. Met her on the beach in Ibiza. I think about 3 months after that trip, or even a year, I'm not sure. And just told her everything up front. She's like, absolutely, I understand. That's totally fine if we're safe. And it was literally the first date that I did that. I told her, hey, this is who I am. What's going on? Is this okay? And she's like, yeah, absolutely, if it's super safe. And what's weird is once I say it, then I'm really not that into it. I don't know. I think it takes away the mischievousness or something like that, because I'm like whatever. But it's out there, and then it's just healthy, right? We're so healthy whenever we do these things. And so that was really a great learning lesson. We had a great time together, and I didn't even really think about it after I said that. And I think she asked me one time about it. I was like, yeah, no. She's like, okay, but if you do, let me know. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. So, okay, got that out there. So now drugs, yeah, microdosing, and basically those times doing it, I haven't done it. So I had a hip surgery, full replacement hip surgery, in September of 2024. And I was so humbled by that. And that really was the point where I felt I made this big transition of the joy and the humility is in me. And so no more drugs at all, like microdosing, any kind of anything, alcohol, nothing like that. But if you are going to get out of your mundane consciousness, I think as Socrates says, do it with something that's not physically addictive. Physically addictive substances are like alcohol, cocaine, meth, heroin, cigarettes, tobacco. Those things are physically addictive. That means that it is so much more difficult to get out of it. The other things can be psychologically addictive, but not nearly as much. And how many people have you heard of that have killed somebody because they were on, mushrooms or ecstasy or marijuana? Those three things are not physically addictive, and they don't cause people to be monsters like ethanol and alcohol do. So, all right, that's the drug and alcohol. No more of that. The joy that comes out of me that's the only drug I need now, is this real life love and joy and I call it a pervasive peace that is within me. I don't want to mess that up. So zero substances from pretty much here on out. And if anybody does have problems with that, I really recommend going to doctors and opening up, talking to them about it. And there's alternatives for sure now that aren't addictive. So we had that opioid crisis, and we need to get out of those, get out of the numbing ourselves with alcohol. And now eyeliner. Okay, so eyeliner. I could just hide this and be like, he's doing it, whenever he's on the videos, and I'm on social media all the time, I'm doing modeling. And so no, I did it, and it's lasting. We got permanent eyeliner here. And the reasons I did it, there's a bunch of them. Number one is blepharitis, is a medical condition where you have red eyelids, and it was not going away. It wouldn't go away, and forever. And so I couldn't stand the way it looked. I literally hated it, and just red. So that was number one. I was like, man, what can I do about this? And I think I saw the quarterback for the Raiders. I think his name's Carr. I saw a story about him, and they were saying that he had it. And I was like, oh man, if a quarterback, mean, tough quarterback's doing it, then I'm manly too, Derek Carr, whatever. And, but turns out I don't think he did. I think he's just, natural, has the liner. But so then my girls are always all over me, and they're putting it on all the time on me, covering the redness for the videos and everything. And then it would get in my eyes, the junk of the eyeliner, and just itching and allergies. And it would actually make the blepharitis worse whenever I was on these videos and things. And they're messing with me, and they're always on me. So if you guys see me not looking good, disheveled, it's their fault. they're all over me, hair trimming, messing all the time. I'm their live Ken doll, for sure. And then the other thing is, it really helped me stay with my anima. I have a problem of being way too aggressive male, and anger, and coming out and just being pissed off, all and tenacious, just like my dad, Marine Corps, United States Marine Corps drill sergeant, kind of get it together, let's go, and no compassion and stuff. So now with this, I am in touch with my compassion, my kindness, and it reminds me, and I literally visualize people, because I could see them looking at my eyes and my eyeliner when I'm up close to them, and it reminds me when I see them kind of looking at it. I'm like, you're looking at my eyeliner. to look at their heart and to know that there's a beating heart inside of them, and to listen to them, listen intently and feel what they are saying and ask questions and be present with them. And don't worry about, my question or what I'm going to say next. Be there with these people. There's a reason that person is in front of you at that time. And to really get into that relationship right there, whatever it is, whatever we're talking about, and to talk to these people from the cashier at 7-Eleven to a homeless person to the top, world leaders. There's a reason that person is right there in front of you. Learn that experience. Be there with them. And that really helps me. So those are my 3 things. Thank you for letting me be vulnerable, get that out, and hope that I can also be the light to ignite this in other people for where they can be vulnerable as well to their partners, and just be honest where it doesn't come out in really bad acting out ways or any kind of weird sexual pedophilia or hiding drug and alcohol use. Just get it out there, and we can heal ourselves within, and then we heal society and the world. Thank you very much.